Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. So, halfway through spring break.
Yes,
How did you find today's crossword?
I thought it was a breeze.
Oh, good.
And there were words in there I didn't know. I learned some new words.
Such as?
Such as 20 across. Sedative in a zookeeper's dart informally. Trank. Trank for tranquilizer,
Yes.
I'm assuming. But that was unique.
I think we've seen that before.
Well, we might have.
Think back to 2022, a scant 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember it well.
It was a Thursday. It was raining out.
Trank.
Trank.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't sure how to spell it. I knew the abbreviation, but I thought, does it end in a C? Does it end in a Q?
Well,
Turns out it ends in a K.
it ends in a K, like rhymes with thank. But our daughter knew it. She knew it right away, but she didn't know how to spell it. So we spelled it with a Q, which it was wrong.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, she knew that one. I had never heard that. But, Okay. Another one was another one she knew that I didn't. 58 across, cocktail made from gin, vermouth, and Campari. Negroni.
And
That was a new one. And one right under it. Make smooth. Sleeken.
yes, I love that word.
Sleeken. I've never used that word. I mean, I know the word sleek, but I
Right.
didn't know it had, a variation that was sleeken. So anyway, so that was new.
Yes.
And so I learned some stuff. And that's always good when you can do a puzzle and learn some new words.
Of
learn
course.
some new definitions and stuff.
One of the reasons we do these.
So that was great. But the rest of it, we pretty much breezed through fairly quickly. And I was amazed at our daughter because she picked up on the theme right away. And I'm like, really? So, but I never thought of her as really a movie buff, but boy, she knew her movies, and you had to know them in order to get the gist of the theme there.
I really didn't understand the theme at all.
Okay.
So
well, I didn't
please
either.
elaborate. Oh, good. I'm alone. Not alone in this.
Yes. Well, there were 4 theme clues, and they ran vertically, so that was kind of unique. And the clues themselves were just names of movies. And then it would say, refer to the, what did it say?
See
grid art. Well, first of all, the grid was a little squished because it was a little longer than it was taller. But the grid art was essentially 2 giant capital I's right in the middle of the puzzle. So I'm like, okay, eyes, 2 eyes. I was trying to figure out what was going on. Well, what was going on was the names of the movies, the answers were their number 2, the sequels to the names. So A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, the 2 big I's represent the Roman numeral 2.
Right.
So Nightmare on Elm Street 2 was called Freddy's Revenge. And that was the answer to 3 down. Then we had 15 down, Mamma Mia, see grid art. So Mamma Mia 2 was called Here We Go Again, which is, of course, a line from an ABBA song. But that's what they called Mamma Mia 2. Then we have Home Alone at 7 down. Home Alone 2 was called Lost in New York. And then finally we had 11 down, Sister Act, see grid art. Sister Act 2 was called Back in the Habit. So, and that was the answer to 11 down. So those were sequel names of some pretty popular movies, 3 of which I guess our daughter had seen.
Oh.
She had not seen Freddy's Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as she saw Here, it looked like we had the letters to Here We Go Again, she knew right away what was going on. She said, "Oh, those are, the second in a series of movies related to the first one that was listed in the clue."
Mm-hmm.
So that is the theme. Again, a very unique, clever theme.
Fortunately, you didn't need to know that theme at all to solve this crossword.
No.
I am living proof of that because I had no idea that these were sequels to movies. See, I was trying to read deeper meaning into the art. I saw the I's and then I saw the L's and I was like trying to, is it like Illinois or something? And then I imagined those eyes sort of moving out and sealing in there, because there were two sets of black squares on the east and west side of the grid, so to speak, and I could see how the eyes would fit into it. I was doing all sorts of Rorschach maneuvers with the art, and it was a complete waste of time. And as we decided, I didn't need to know anyway.
So, well, the thing that boggled my mind, especially with our daughter helping me, was that she knew the names of movie sequels, and I think to myself, okay, like Star Wars, it was A New Hope, and then it was, The Empire Strikes Back was the sequel, and then it was Return of the Jedi.
Right, so you know those.
So I knew those.
Right.
And I was trying to think, okay, Lord of the Rings, what was the second one?
Oh, I know that one, Lord of the Rings 2.
Was it? No. First it was The Fellowship of the Ring, and then, I don't know.
Tale of Two Cities.
And then, I don't know. And then the last one, I don't know either.
I don't know was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That's
just it. I don't know the names of, sequels and subsequent movies in a like The Godfather 2. What was that called?
Godfather 2. Again, I'm just going with simplicity. There's a reason humanity invented numbers. So it's like, you can imagine some, I don't know, ancient Roman mathematician.
Yeah, but she knew, 3 out of the 4. And I'm like, did she go to those movies, that she knew those were the names of the movies?
The phrases, at least Lost in New York, that phrase seemed familiar to me. Here We Go Again. I mean, that sounds...
that's in the song.
Right, and that's a common sort of phrase. Freddy's Revenge.
But Mamma Mia features the music of ABBA.
Right.
And that's a line from, one of the famous songs. So, but yeah, so I just was amazed that she knew. Oh, well, that's the sequel to Sister Act. Has she seen Sister Act? But the sequel is Back in the Habit. So
right.
So anyway, I found that amazing.
Well, I'm glad to know we have a brilliant daughter.
Well, at least when it comes to movies.
Must take from your side of the family.
No, not the movie part, because we were not big movie goers when I was growing up. But anyway, I found that very interesting. And maybe it's just a generational difference. Maybe, she just knows it because she's younger and has maybe seen those movies on TV or something. I don't know.
Perhaps. Just ask me about the sequels to Back to the Future. Well, I can just say Back to the Future 2 and 3.
Back to the Future.
Back to the back. Back to back. There were other good clues in the grid.
There were.
We had, I liked one across. Swahili for journey was safari.
That's right.
I think I sort of had a suspicion it was going to start with an S because of one down. Paltry amount, a sou.
Right.
Which I had to figure out how to spell. But then once I had that S, I thought, it's safari. That's got to be it.
Right.
And it was, which was surprising. An interesting thing about this crossword as I was solving it, it seemed to be taking me forever to do it.
Oh, really?
And when I looked at my time was fine. It's like apparently time just sort of slowed down to almost stopping around that point.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if there are any physicists who could sort of like study around me as I'm doing a crossword, but at least in some cases like today, I have the ability to slow down time.
Wow.
I'm planning to use that only for good.
It was interesting in that upper right corner, 16 across, some Nebraskans who are close to Iowans. I'm like, I know this one. It's Omaha.
Yes.
And so I put that in. And then when we got down to 20 down, the sedative one, our daughter said, Trank. I said, okay, we'll put that in. Well, then we just couldn't get anything else to really work.
Hmm.
So we took them both out.
Oh,
So, and
but surely,
eventually we got all the rest of the puzzle, and then we came back to that corner, and it's like, no, it looks like they both work, except the trank was spelled with a K instead of a Q.
hang on here. Though looking at the crosses, 8 down was Roman love god Amor.
Well, we thought it was Eros.
Oh, yeah.
So we thought, well, it's got to be Eros. So, we knew
That
then
would
we
make
had to
sense.
get rid of Trank and we had to get rid of Omahans.
What about 9 down? Room in una casa. Sala.
Well, I thought that was a Sale, S-A-L-E.
That's when prices are discounted
But
in
it's
order to attract more customers.
S-A-L-A.
Okay.
So we thought, no, it can't be Trank because it's S-L-A-S-A-L-E. So anyway, yeah.
I think maybe I knew Trank. Maybe that helped sort of ground me in that area.
Uh-huh.
But Svelte, 10 down had to be thin, right? So I had thin.
No, it didn't have to be thin.
What else could it be?
Trim.
No, it's not as good as thin.
Well, that's what we put, trim.
Okay. But, okay, 13 down, Concord, E.G. in brief,
That one we did get right.
Right, yeah.
S-S-T. Yes.
I'm just sort of curious. We don't hear nearly as much about it lately, but SST has shown up 369
Oh,
times in
yeah,
the grid.
it's been in a lot. But we haven't seen it a lot lately,
No.
or nearly as much as we used to. But
Yeah, if you were to invest in SST, you probably want to be selling some of your shares now, because it peaked in 1998.
Oh,
It has been going down ever since.
Another one in that corner that was kind of unusual, 18 across, respectfully request. Solicit.
Yes.
Solicit. We were trying to get polite in there because we had the O-L and I, but they were from Eros, Sale, and Trim.
Right.
But it didn't work. It was solicit, which I guess is respectfully requested.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I liked 14 across. Monstrous. Ogreish.
Ogreish, yes.
I sort of started ogreish because I had the O of Sue. I wasn't sure how Sue was going to end, but I felt fairly confident the middle letter was an O.
Yes.
And
S-O-U.
an ogre and monster that worked together, so I had ogreish.
Well,
And
we had the O, and then for the next one, 2 down, chief prosecutors in brief, we first put DAs. So we had an A, so it was OA. But then when we got Safari, I said, well, it could be AGs, Attorney Generals.
Sure.
So then we had the OG, and so we said, it's got to be something related to ogres.
Right.
Ogreish, why not? Another word I've never used.
But you also had 5 down, schism, rift.
Rift, yes.
That pretty much anchored it there, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
And even 6 down, now it's clear. I see.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
these were Wednesday clues, right? Not overwhelmingly difficult, but not a piece of cake.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, some of them were like 34 across, Captain Nemo's creator, Vern. I knew that one.
Yes.
Easily.
How about 19 across, grandmotherly type, say, doter.
Doter, yes, that was a good word. That was another word I've never heard before.
Right. One who dotes is a doter.
Is a doter. Mm-hmm.
And you might have I wonder if you could have a daughter who's a doter.
Oh, I think so.
I doubt it. I doubt you could have a daughter who's a doter. Try saying that 3 times quickly.
Mm-hmm. So I knew another one, 22 down, Scarface, Capone. That one was sort of a gimme.
Yeah, not for me.
Mm-hmm.
How about 33 across, Lhasa blank, APSO?
Yes.
Which is
I
a
knew
dog.
That one. That's a dog, yes.
For some reason, I keep thinking of it as being some city in Africa. I'm not sure what that city is, but it's probably not Lhasa APSO.
No, I don't believe so.
Let's see. A 38 across, place for a lace, shoe.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then right next to that, we had 39 across, wad in a wallet, ones. So place for a lace and wad in a wallet.
Yep.
I just sort of like the rhythm of those 2 clues.
Yep. Those were good.
Let's see. I started to run into trouble in the bottom right corner, into some serious trouble. For example, 50. I needed a 49 across, a promised land author, 2020. And I was thinking, Moses? It fitted, but I didn't think he wrote it in 2020.
No.
And it turns out it was Obama.
That's right.
So did you get that right away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sounds like one of those things you would get right away.
Yeah.
And then, so I didn't I wasn't sure about 51 down. Resort near Snowbird. I thought Tahoe, just because it sounded like a resort.
Yeah, but you didn't have enough squares.
No, well, if you left off the E of Tahoe, you could make it fit. But it turned out it was Alta.
Alta, yes.
Did you know Alta?
Yes.
Oh, that was also
I
very
learned
useful.
that in the crossword. I remember that from other crosswords.
Fortunately, I had 55 across, put a new tag on, relabel.
Relabel, yes.
But the one beneath it was hopeless. The Hunger Games, 59 across, the Hunger Games protagonist, Katniss.
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 That's correct.
I've never seen the Hunger Games, nor the Hunger Games 2.
Uh-huh.
And so I didn't...
Or the Hunger Games 10.
Yeah.
No, I don't know how many sequels they have, but quite a few, I think.
We're on
and they're working on another one now, I believe.
I'd like to point out that we are on season 16 of this podcast.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Fortunately, we only do 2 podcasts per season, so it keeps it short.
I knew Katniss because our daughter was a great fan of the Hunger Games books. And so, yes, she would tell me about why they were so good. And I learned about Katniss and Peeta and all the characters. And yeah.
So do you think it's a coincidence that yesterday we had a theme which turned out to be starving artist, and today we have the Hunger Games? Could they be related?
No, I don't think so.
Don't underestimate the sheer genius of Will Shortz. I think they're connected.
I don't think so.
53 across, head block, ? Amnesia. That was great.
That was a great clue, yes.
And then I had trouble, even with 52 down. That was supplies with workers, mans. I could see it looked like mans, but I thought, mans are sort of when you operate things, right? You know, like man the something or other.
Man the porthole. No.
Man the porthole? Yes.
So,
Remind me not to go sailing with you.
Man the mizzenmast.
There you go. Okay.
So, yes, it can be used in that way, but it can also be used as sort of to, gather a group of workers together.
Right. It sounded alien to me, but of course it was the correct answer.
That's right.
We had 40 across, historic theater chain Loews.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if it was Loews. I was thinking maybe it could be Loebs.
Lobes, yeah.
I don't know where that came from.
Well, that is a name, Loeb.
Right, but not the right name. Because Lowe was the person who he founded this historic theater chain, and then he formed MGM Studios to make sure that there were more movies for his theater chain.
That's right.
So, anyway, this was by Jeff Stillman, his 10th New York Times crossword.
Nice job, Jeff.
Probably the one with the most obscure theme, at least from my perspective. But it was great.
Yes.
And that is it for today. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Please send us feedback, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com. We will be back again with our in-depth, cutting-edge analysis of Thursday's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.